What it do, baby? It's your boy back with another one. So I just finished Gen V. I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. It's not gonna be anything spoiler heavy or anything like that. Won't be any spoilers really, besides what you see in the official trailer. But I will say it is worth the watch right from the jump. Let's talk about it. So Gen V is a spin-off of, or I guess a side story of The Boys, which is a comic book by Garth Ennis and I can't remember the other guy's name. Dang it. Let me know in the comments. You guys know. But they decided to do a live action version. The live action version of The Boys is very different than the comic book version. The live action version is about these superheroes who are essentially a version of the Justice League or Avengers, if you will, and it's a much more realistic, kind of grounded scenario where things go down. It's just literally that. It's just literally if it was real. So then you go from The Boys and you go, well, what if we did that with college kids? And literally you have Gen V. That is Gen V. Gen V is a bunch of college kids with powers. Think X-Men Mutant School, something like that. But again, it's real scenarios. It's not just like, no one can die kind of thing. You know what I mean? So because of that, this show is amazing, man. I really think that The Boys and Gen V, I don't really like the comic book The Boys. That got a little crazy. But I think that the two shows, what they do so well is they think of creative ways to give you certain shots. And what I mean by that is it's also a treat. And when you watch like The Flash or any of those old the normal superhero shows, right? Outside of like Daredevil, right? A lot of their shots are very basic and flat, if you will. But The Boys and Gen V seem to want to change that a little bit. They want to give some cinematic shots to have things interesting, to give you different perspectives. They're trying their best, bro. And I think that is important and should be noted, as well as the cast in this, is there is a lot of cinematography here where they're really trying to give you awesome perspectives and things that aren't just flat shots. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that is what really pulled the show together for me, because the first episode I wasn't in, but I think I can tell you why I wasn't in too. This is interesting. So the first episode, right, I wasn't really in because, like, I guess you already kind of think you know what the plot is going to be, or not the plot, but like the characters that are involved, right? Like you meet some of the cast as like they're going to the school, and you see that it's a lot of characters that you would picture if you were to make this show yourself and there were to be like superhero kids all around, right? Like it's literally that. Like as I walk in, I was like, oh, yep. You're like knocking through the checklist of powers that you're going through. But I think that's just fair to say that like that might just mean that the people who made this really do care and are thinking from like our perspective of like what a school would be, So it's actually kind of a good thing. But I didn't realize that in the first episode, right? So the first episode, I'm not really in it. I'm not really feeling it. Second episode, I started to feel a little bit more, but I'm watching it more out of like obligation to The Boys than I am out of, enjoying Gen V. By the third episode and the end of the third episode, I was all the way in. I said, let's just go. I'm with it. Just go. Bring me along. And then like the connective weaves that they did together with The Boys, kind of tying it all together, is actually pretty smart in my opinion. Like there's just like some really smart little nuggets they're dropping across the whole show. So I absolutely love this show. Not from start to finish. Like I said, about episode 3, I was really, really hooked in. From 3 onward, it was over. I mean, you couldn't pull me away from it. I think that the cast is really incredible too. The main character, Marie, she's amazing. My 2 favorite standouts though are Emma and Sam. Oh my god. Sam, he looks like the dude who's the comedian on TikTok. If that's him, that's hilarious, actually. I don't know if that's him or not, but he looks like the comedian on TikTok. And if that's him, he's doing a great job. Whoever he is, he's awesome. And Emma's also awesome as well. I really, 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 really liked Emma's acting. I mean, Emma's acting, that whoever that actress is, or the actor, I don't know, they don't say actresses no more. Whoever that actor was, bro, amazing. I can't wait to see her in other roles that are a little bit more deep. And you know what else is interesting? This guy right here, he was very good, right? But he's from Sabrina, and so is the girl, the main character. She's from Sabrina. They're both from Sabrina, the 2016 Netflix. Maybe it was like 2018. I don't know when it came out, but it was a few years ago. They had that Sabrina show on Netflix. They're both from that. So it's kind of cool that they both are like, they're kind of back in a way. I really, really enjoyed this show, man. I thought it was very creative, and I thought that, you know, as on the nose as it is in some ways, that you're gonna figure out the plot. It's like, well, yeah, that's what it would be. You know, it's not really like a knock on it in a bad way, like, oh, this is so predictable. It's more of a, I mean, what else would it be, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's really how I look at it. I thought everyone's roles were good. I thought everyone played the part really well. I really have no gripes with this. The only thing I have a gripe with, I guess, and this isn't even like a spoiler or anything like that. Again, I'm not doing any spoilers. The only thing I have a gripe with is, why are all superheroes durable? If that makes sense. Like there's times where these superheroes are like punching other superheroes, and I'm like, wait, that's not your power though. I thought your power was this. Now your power is this, and all superheroes are just durable. I mean, you could argue that it's a synthetic drug anyway, so that fact of it being a synthetic drug is what makes them that like, maybe that's part of it in the gene, is that, you know, durability is part of it. You have to be durable. How else are they gonna be a superhero? So, you know, it's not really a gripe. It's just like, kind of like, I wish they would explain that a little bit more. I liked how you got to see the parents in a lot of this, and these are the results of, they're the product of their parents, essentially. You know, there's like legacy superheroes, you know, who've been doing it for generations and stuff. So I think that part was really, really cool and unique to see as well. And I think that what this show is truly about is really discovering yourself and believing one way or another, but seeing how easily you can be swayed by propaganda and just, you know, being caught up in the moment, if you will. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of caught up in the moment situations in this, from Marie, from Kate, from Emma. I mean, there's everybody has caught up in the moment moments in this, and they're discovering something about themselves, whether good or bad. No, everybody doesn't just discover, oh, I'm evil. Oh my God, I realize I'm evil. I'm not evil no more. You know, it's a very gray line, and I think that is what sells the show for me. It's not black and white. It's not obvious. It's a blended thing where smaller situations lead to larger situations that lead to gigantic choices and decisions. So because of that, there's this steady climb that you feel like the characters are growing and making those decisions, whether a good or bad decision. It doesn't matter if it's a good or bad. It's the decision that's locked in. You know what I mean? So the characters are understanding that, and then using that kind of ideas and growth to propel and move forward in the show. I personally loved it. I thought it was great. I thought they nailed it all the way through, and I definitely recommend giving it a watch, especially if you enjoy The Boys and you're like, I don't know, I'm on the fence. I don't know who would be, but if you're on the fence in general about The Boys, I definitely recommend it. You know, it's got a couple moments that aren't necessarily the best on the planet. You know, a lot of, like, you know, graphicness. Okay. Here it is. This is it, and then I'm done for the day. If I had to give one real gripe, it has to be that they use the F-bomb way too much. I mean, it's like every other line sometimes. And I get it, they're kids, you know, but like, even the adults do it, you know. And I just feel like they need to kind of turn dial that back a little bit. Just not much. I don't need to dial back a lot, because I love some swearing, but dial it back just a tad. The tiniest tiny bit. Besides that, definitely recommend. I give this season like what did I rate it? I think an 8.5, almost a 9 out of 10. It's borderline perfect. I enjoyed it through and through. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well done. Last episode kind of fell a little flat, but I can't really talk about it, but it kind of makes sense why I fell a little flat. Maybe I'll do like a spoiler review or something like that. If you guys are down, let me know. If you guys are down, let me know. If you guys haven't done so, please, please, please hit that like button, subscribe for your boy, man. It helps out a lot. I usually don't ask till the end of the video because most of you guys don't make it this far, so that's when I usually drop my plugs. We're also going to be doing a Castlevania month December 1st, guys. So don't forget, we will be doing a Castlevania month next month, December 1st, on Bakihama 20's Twitch channel. That's my channel. I said that in third person. That got a little weird. Where we're going to be playing all of the Castlevania games in order of timeline. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a riot. That's all I got to say about Gen V. I think it's an excellent show that is off to a great start. It's got a great foundation, and I think that it could be built upon and expanded in many ways that will allow the show to survive for possibly as long as The Boys, if not longer. Remember what I just said. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, baby.